Hello everyone, today I'm breaking down exactly how to generate multiple six-figure income streams online. There's not going to be any fancy edits in this video because this is more about maintaining your focus, and if you can't even stick through a short video like this, how do you ever expect to make a multi-six-figure income online when you are not being distracted by fancy edits? So listen up, making money online isn't about luck. It's about strategy, consistency, and knowing where to focus your energy. Because when you focus your energy in the right places, you're going to be able to traject yourself in a more solid line instead of a line that is not solid, because where your focus goes, your attention flows. So strategy number one, YouTube monetization. Most creators get this wrong. It's not just about views, it's about engagement, which is why you got to comment on this video to boost that engagement up right now. If you don't, you're a loser. Here's my insider hack. Create content that solves specific problems. Want to crush YouTube monetization? Target tutorials, how-to videos, such as this, and case studies in high-value niches like tech, finance, and personal development. Because there are three main strategies: health, wealth, and relationships are the three categories that a lot of people stick to. So if you can make videos around those, you're going to be more likely to succeed. I found these are the three common areas that people will watch and consume content in, because these are the common areas that I myself have consumed and watched content in. Strategy number two is affiliate marketing. Forget promoting random products. The money is a strategic, authentic foundation. Wow, what am I talking about, dude? I'm just reading off of a script right now that I used to be able to create it within Cloud AI. You could be like, wow, that's kind of a skimmy little gimmick type of thing. But I'm like, if other people online are doing this, might as well try doing it myself as well too. So forget promoting random products. The money is in strategic, authentic recommendations. I'm talking about finding products you genuinely use to create in-depth, value-packed interviews. Pro tip, most affiliate marketers make $0. Why? They push products without providing real value. My approach, detailed walkthrough videos showing exactly how a product solves a problem in my business. And this is something I want you guys to pay attention to. This is me talking, not Claude. I want you to know that there are videos like this out there where people are just using different words or terminologies to be able to get you to click or buy the product. I'm not saying that the products and things are incorrect. All I'm saying is that sometimes you need to use discernment and discretion on what you're hearing online, because for all you know, it could just be something that was created out of the ether that somebody didn't even necessarily know, but they're using it to be able to gain your attention in new ways that you didn't necessarily know that they could do it, because you haven't realized and recognized for your own self that you can do this on your own if you do end up creating something that you had never created beforehand. But I have to make these videos in this way to be able to get the attention and the clicks so that you can listen to this type of thing, because otherwise you never would have heard this in the first place. That's just my little aside. I'm going to go back to using and reading off of Claude so that like you can use these steps if you want to, or you can even use Claude yourself to be able to create this digital product and make money online. So strategy three, digital products and courses. Stop trading time for money. Digital products are the ultimate scalable income. I've created courses that generate passive income while I sleep. My first course, a 297 LinkedIn optimization guide that netted me $42,000 in my first month. How he said that right there sounded very genuine and authentic. Me, myself, I have not made my own online course at this point in time. I'm working to make it. I'm in the process of making it. I want to have an online course because I understand that there's a lot of validity and value in having an online course, because there is a lot of like upside and high margins on it. So I just want you to know that like this is not something that I myself have done, but there are lots of other people out there that I have paid attention to that have done this said thing. So I do know it's possible, and it's something that I want to keep moving forward and testing and trying to figure out what does work. So if you ever have any interest in creating your own online course or your own online product, I can help you out with that, because I do have the information and the skills to make it happen. But that's just my own little aside. So back to what I was talking about. Key steps: identify a skill you're genuinely good at. 2, create a transformational outcome for your students. And 3, price it based on the value you're delivering, not your current experience level. This is something that I myself, and this is not me reading off the script anymore either, this is something that I myself have picked up on, is it's a lot about value proposition and putting yourself in the right place to make sure that you can provide somebody some sort of value, which value can be perceived, it can be subjective, because everybody's going to be viewing value in different ways than somebody else would be viewing values in. This is just my own 2 cents of what I have realized when I was selling B2B software to accountants. I realized that a lot of the times I didn't necessarily have the expertise or the knowledge in what accountants were doing. I had to learn on the job as I went, and yet I was giving them value for a problem that they themselves had, even if they didn't necessarily want to be paying the price for that said thing. But it was almost like, yeah, I understand how there's value in this, so I'm going to pay somebody to give me this said service so that I can make my life a lot easier. Because there's this thing in sales where it's like a value equation, and the best way to sell is by decreasing the amount of time that somebody has and the amount of effort that they're having to put into it, which is why online courses are very lucrative, and you can have your discretions or your disagreements around online courses. There's truth in it because like everybody's learning in some way, shape, or form. You're buying information right now. You're buying information from books. You buy information from college. So it's just a matter of where do you want to buy that information from. And as you can see within this video up until this point, it's a lot of the things that I'm talking about may or may not have been something that I myself have actually done. But there's also coaches out there, football coaches, baseball coaches, fitness coaches, whatever it may be, that they themselves are not living by the things that they're teaching, and yet they're offering the value to the students, because the value to their students is making them a lot more money, which I do have the experience and knowledge on how to help you make money as well too. So I just want to toss that out there. I'm getting back to the script that Claude wrote as well. Strategy 4, dropshipping and e-commerce. This is something that I myself have also touched on. I tried it back in the day. It wasn't for me, but it may be for you, so I just want to share this to you. Forget the outdated dropshipping model. The real money is in understanding marketing psychology. I've launched multiple stores generating $10,000 plus in monthly, $10,000 monthly by focusing on solving a specific customer pain point, creating, scrolling, stopping ad creative, mastering customer acquisition costs. So there's multiple different strategies that have to go into creating a successful e-commerce business if this is something that you are wanting to do, because there's this thing with products. Products have thinner margins. Margins are basically the amount of money that you're taking home after you fulfilled everything that you need to fulfill on that said product that you ended up doing. So let's say you're doing t-shirts, because I was talking with a guy a couple days ago where he was selling or getting started out with his t-shirt brand. And I was like, yeah, dude, the margins on those like are not very good. He's like, yeah, no, they aren't great. So basically he's selling a t-shirt for around like $20 to $35 or something like that, but it takes him around $15 to $18 to make that t-shirt. So like if you do the math on that, he's only making around like $7 to $10 in gross profit from each and every single t-shirt that he's selling from the e-commerce, which is why I'm under the impression and much more wanting to have the higher markups, so that if I have the higher markups, then I can get more money for my bang for my buck. You could be like, well, that's unethical, but it's like, that's what every business is doing. It's all about the perceived value. It's all about the customer that you're serving. If you serve the right customer, you can make a lot more money. So back to Claude. Strategy number 5, freelancing and high-ticket services. Most creators overlook this, but freelancing can be your fastest path to online income. My first client, a $5,000 retainer for social media management, which that has yet to happen. I'm in the process of doing something like that. I have had a freelance client that I did back years ago where it was a $2,000 client where I ended up going out to Arizona, filmed a video for them, edited that video for them. And to me at the time, like I didn't think anything of it. Looking back, I'm like, wow, somebody paid $2,000 for me to be able to create a video for them. Like somebody else had asked me if I wanted to help them out with that. So I don't know everything that went into it, but like from the thing that I did, I just had to edit the video a couple of times and provide some feedback, and I made $2,000 from that. So that was a simple way that I didn't know that I could make money back then, but that's another way that I might be making money now, is through the freelance Upwork type of thing around creating videos, even though I still want to have like YouTube be the primary source, just because I like being able to create these videos and share this different insight and information to you. And prior to me even recording this video, I was like, this just feels kind of weird. And this is why, was because I'm trying to take a little bit of a different approach and realize that like you can create scripts, you can create videos, you can create anything that you want. It's just a matter of like realizing and recognizing, is this something that is truly genuine, authentic to the person that is saying these things? Because a lot of people out there are just like using clicky titles and whatnot, and they're getting millions of views, which nothing wrong with that. To me, it's just like, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. Every last bit of it. Until you start creating something on your own, you never know what's going to work. So the secret, and this is me going back to Claude, the secret: positioning yourself as a solution, not just a service provider. Develop a personal brand that showcases your expertise, create a killer profile, and network strategically. And you could be like, well, I don't know how to create a successful killer profile. And that's where I would come in and be like, well, every profile is going to be different. And as long as you aren't comparing yourself to somebody else, as I myself have done in the past, your profile already is, or portfolio already is successful. Like it's already a killer portfolio. You just have to show your expertise and present your value in a way that you can give that person a said solution. So I look at it in terms of, if I'm going out and I'm offering somebody, say, my video editing software or my video editing strategies or my consulting work or my coaching work or whatever it may be that I'm offering to them, it's like, okay, well, I have all this other expertise, I have all this other work, like, just give me a shot. And if not, like, I'll learn in the way. Like, I've always learned how to do video editing on the job. I learned how to do sales on the job. I learned how to do like coaching on the job. Like, I've learned everything on the job, and just because I would just go a little bit below my initial skill set and then learn and research as I go. So that's one little like key tidbit of information that I would provide to you that can be very valuable. Here's a bonus strategy also that Claude provided, and I like using Claude as like video outlines, as you can see, even though I didn't use, like, I read some things and I was like, yeah, this isn't me, but it is also kind of me in the same way. So everything I've shared comes down to one core principle: building a personal brand that attracts opportunities. Your network is your net worth. This is something that I've talked with countlessly with other people that I've come in contact with, where they tell me it's like, it's not so much who you know, it's what you like. It's not so much what you know, it's who you know, which that is true to a certain extent. But if you're also somebody such as myself, and maybe you're an outgoing person where you can just like network with anybody that you come in contact with, because I'll just talk with people at any place and any time, I'm a little bit more discerning of the people that I do have conversations with nowadays, just because that's the world that I want to live in. And I also don't want to be like exchanging my energy with people that are not on the same like vibrational frequency as myself, because money is also just a vibrational frequency. We can touch on that in later videos in the coming months if you want to. Just subscribe to the channel with notifications on to make sure that you never miss another video similar to this, because I can deep dive into these things that I myself have been able to realize that a lot of people are doing, and they're kind of manipulating you in a certain way, shape, or form, and I would not like to do that in the best way that I possibly can. We're always being manipulated in some way, but I would like to give you something where it's just like, this is not something that you have to do unless you want to do it, type of thing. Like, that's always been my strategy. It's like, if you want it, cool. If not, no worries. So that's why there's also a call to action in Claude. So it's like, drop a comment below, which I talked about that earlier. Which strategies are you most excited to implement? Like, which one would you want to use most? And then, hey, if this video added value, smash that like button and subscribe, which I already talked about just briefly ago. And then let's scale your online income together, because there is multiple ways to make an online income. Like, it's something that I'm working very hard on, something that I would like to inspire you to work very hard on, because I have friends of mine too, where a lot of them, I wouldn't say they complain per se, but there's just this understanding that it's like, it seems hard to be making money, but I'm like, it's actually really easy. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and I was asking her, like, how much would you like to have, like, if you had a family, like, what would be that income? And she's like, low six figures. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, well, like, you know, there's people that are making $450,000 a month. And she's like, that's a lot of money. And I was like, it can be, but it's also not. Really always comes down to your mindset and your perspective. And if you think that that's a lot of money, then start there. Like, start figuring out, like, well, why is that a lot of money? Like, why does it seem like it's next to impossible to make $450,000 in a month or in a year or something like that? And dive into your mind, because if you can get your mind right, everything's going to work out best for you from there. And that's why I'm trying to give you a little bit of a different approach on this channel. This may evolve with time, but I'm just going to test a couple of different things out, because I like being able to explore my creativity in new and different ways. And if that's something that you're happy and wanting to join on with, then yeah, you can subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you out in the next video. So see you next time.